So it's a good thing. You know, usually with my clients, I show them a pre-talk, a video pre-talk. So they see someone in the SDL level, they'll see everything. The whole, I have a pre-talk built in. And I actually have it. You can get it. But the whole idea of that is that you create the expectation that they can do it because their mind has seen it. It's just like if you've gone to a stage show, you know they're going to pick the best, most suggestible people to come up after they've done their testing. And they'll pick the one they figure is the most, and they'll just go and do a rapid induction on him. The guy will drop and whatever, and everybody else will just follow suit, right? Because now they've seen it, and it's okay, we can do that. So it's the same idea. So I figured he's seen that, so I don't have to do too much. All right, Bill? What you do have to do is make the contract with the client. So, Bill, you ready to go into hypnosis? You ready to go in deep today?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so now I've got the contract. That's number one. There's certain things you have to do. Next thing is you put him in hypnosis. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I'm an Omni-trained hypnotist, and I touch a lot. If you are not allowed to touch wherever you work, and I don't know what states and the rules are, but always ask, is it okay if I touch?
Absolutely.
The tricky part, there's a tricky part. Bill, you're a bugger. The tricky part is you say, can I touch you here, here, or even here? You've already done it, right? You're asking permission. He breaks through. I've never had anybody say no, ever. Ever. There's one time I didn't touch it. That was my choice because I was about this far away from that's very unusual. I usually get right close and personal. All right. So just take a deep breath and let your eyes close. That's it. Now focus on your eyelids and just let them go. Oh, hang on a minute. Stop everything. Open your eyes again. Sometimes I make assumptions because he's a hypnotist and stuff, but I have to do this like it was a client, so I'm just backing up a bit. I will have done my pre-talk with them already. They've seen both videos. What I do is I have a general pre-talk on video, and I have a Simpson pre-talk on video. As soon as they come, I email it to them, the links, and they look at it before they even come. I usually have a half-hour free consultation. That's just what I do. It doesn't mean that you have to do that. But by the time they come, they already know everything. I do my intake. It actually saves me time when I'm working. So it works, and it sounds good, the free consultation, but it really just saves me time. So nothing's free, really. So what I'll explain to them, because remember what I said to you, everything I do is about empowering the client. So my Elman, the semantics are slightly different, and I've changed it to become much more maternal, I would say, and also much more allowing. Even though, don't forget, in the 50s, when Elman designed this, things were a lot different. People had authority. When you went to the doctor, they were an authority. Elman was an authority. He taught doctors and physicians. Today, people are not the same. They don't like being told what to do so much. So you have to change with the times, and you have to change your semantics something. So what I also do is I explain to clients. We tell them to let their eyes go loose, limp, and lazy. And then they go, well, okay, now what? You know, what does that mean? So I'll explain to them. Now, Bill, if my hand is loose like this, and I don't put stress in the muscles, it means I can't close my hand, right? That makes sense? Mm-hmm. If I tighten it up and I don't let it loose, I can't open it. It's a choice, true? True. So I'm just going to show you what I want you to do. Mm-hmm. And don't close your eyes so you can watch me, because people will model you right away and they'll close their eyes. So I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes, let them go loose, limp, and lazy. When you know they're so loose that they won't work, give them a test so you can. So as soon as I decide to put stress in my eyes, I can open them. So it's a choice. You understand?
I do.
Perfect. So now, you know, the whole question is people said, oh, well, you know, what do you do when they open their eyes? You know, well, even then, that's not a problem either, because then you say, well, see what I told you? I told you that you're always in control and you have total choice. Now that you know that you have total choice and you really believe me, are you ready to take, you know, choose to let them stay closed? But with this little explanation, this little pre-talk about the almond, I never have that issue. All right. Okay, so back to it. Let your eyes close. Let them go loose, limp, and lazy. When you know they're so loose they won't work, give them a good test. Wonderful. Let that same quality of relaxation go from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Wonderful. Now in a moment, I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. And I'm also going to ask you to imagine an intention of something visual to help you go down. Some people pick stairs, a path to the beach, water slide, doesn't matter to me. Just pick something and then just let it go and have the intention to use it. Your mind will do it for you. And I'm also going to gently press on your shoulder like this. Here we go. 10. Between each number, your mind just doubles the state of relaxation and hypnosis. 9. That's it. 8. 7. 6. Continuing to double. 5. 4. That's it. 3. 2. And 1. That's wonderful. Now in a moment, and I'm always going to tell you what I do ahead of time. In a moment, I'm going to pick up your hand by the wrist. When I do, just allow me to do it all by myself, because I'm quite capable of picking it up for a couple of inches all by myself. Oh, that's it. Wonderful. So we've got all the physical relaxation that we need, but your mind can continue to relax you much more if it wants. So I'm just going to show you now how we're going to get your mind to relax to the point where it becomes very clear and very aware. So I'm going to show you first what I want you to do, and then I'm going to get you to do it. So I'm going to count backwards like this from 100. 100. 99. 98. Between each number, your mind doubles the state of hypnosis. And after a few numbers, your mind just lets them go, and you're in a nice state of clearness and awareness. Can you start counting out loud for me, please, from 100? 100. That's it, doubling the state. 99. And you can start, let them drift anytime. 90. That's it. And just let them be gone. Wonderful. Do you like the beach? All right, so just imagine yourself at the beach for a moment. The only thing I ask is that the tide's coming in, and there's some sand at the edge of the water that you write your name in. So write your name right at the edge of the water, and the tide's coming in. Now, as the tide comes in, it always ebbs and flows. And as it comes in, it brings in more calm, and it takes out tension as it recedes. And it comes in, bringing in calm, taking out tension, in and out. And as it does that, just let me know when the water's covered your name and it's gone. That's it. Wonderful. So we're just going to go down a couple more levels. So we're going to call this A that you're at. We're going to go down to B. And when your mind's got you there, it'll be just as if the letter A pops into your mind, or you'll know somehow, or you'll get a feeling, but your mind will let you know when you're there. And when you're there, you can just move this finger all the way down now. Wonderful. Now we're going to go to C the same way. Let me know when you're there. That's it. Wonderful. Now, I'm going to show you the power of your mind. I'm just going to ask you to imagine right here, it's just as if I'm using an ice cube, and it's so cold. Some people feel this as a change of sensation. Some people feel prickling. Some people feel heat. Some people feel cold. But as soon as you feel that numbness in whatever change of sensation that is, move that finger so I know. And your mind just does it for you. Just as if you stuck your hand in a very cold bucket of water. No, and I've done that a few times. Okay, now we're going to move it over here and double it. And as soon as it's doubled over here, move this finger so I know. Good. Now move it back and forth. Let your mind do it for you, moving it back and forth, doubling it as many times as you want, but bringing it back here in the end, letting me know when it's there, and you've done it as many times as you want to do it, because each time it gets stronger and doubles. And each time it gets stronger and faster than the time before, as the mind learns how to do it easier and easier all the time. Good, thank you very much. Fun. You pick a place, a big toe, your earlobe, your nose, doesn't matter where you pick, just pick it and put it there and double it and move this finger when that's done. Good. Now you can choose to keep that or let it go. It's totally up to you. You created it and you can do whatever you will with it. So I'm just going to be talking to them for a few moments, and you can just continue to drift deeper, and you'll learn this even faster than they will, just because you're using it internally. Now, so far what I've done, I wanted to keep you up to date. First, I did the Elman to achieve somnambulism. Is there anybody here who doesn't use the Elman? Nope. Oh, okay. Okay, so the whole idea of the Elman is a process. And I suggest that if you don't use it, it's a good thing to use, because it lets you know that you've got somnambulism. As soon as they let the numbers go, it's about creating, it's an upper level of somnambulism. You're letting go the numbers. It's a creation of hypnotic amnesia, right? So what I do then is I deepen them some more. As you noticed, I did that. I deepened them. And then I did what I called the beach deepener. But I also created the same effect by letting his name go. It's like twice I've done it. So not just once, I've done it twice. So then I deepened him to make sure he was deep enough, because in somnambulism, you never want to test for anything till you know you're going to be able to do it, right? So now I know he's in a good state of somnambulism. And if you wanted to, you could deep him a little more. Now, if you noticed in my Elman, I was a little, I call it efficient now. I used to call it lazy, but the efficiency was that I did a kinesthetic deepening, I counted, and I also used a visual. Now, if you noticed my semantics, I said your mind will do it for you. What happens with a client in the past is, in the Elman, you said, now you do this, and you do that, and you do that. And people, well, how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? But if you say your mind does it for you, it's just like there's no pressure. No pressure at all. All right. So now what I need to do is, now I've proved to him that he's in hypnosis, or at least he thinks there's something going on because he did this creation of the numbness, right? And that, the benefit of doing that is you can use it for anything. You can use it for that same part of the mind that created that numbness will now do this for you. Whatever. It's, now they know it's something they can connect to and have understanding that they can achieve. All right? So now we know he's in somnambulism, and he knows he's in hypnosis. So now we want to set up the ideomotor responses. Now I asked the client to do it on this hand, and the only reason I do that is because I'm sitting here. If every now and then, this is really interesting, you'll get somebody to do it on this hand, and halfway through they'll start answering with that hand. And usually there are people who've been left-handed from birth that have been made to be right-handed. It's very cool. So then I do not bother. I let them use that hand, obviously. But, you know, they usually agree that it's not a problem. It's just easier for me to see, especially if the movements get small. So first we're going to set up the ideomotor responses. I'm going to ask you to show me on this hand a finger you want to use for yes, please, and a finger you want to use for no, please. Okay. So now I want to train those fingers. So Bill, I'm going to train those fingers. I'm going to tap you and say the word, and the finger will respond. Okay, so yes, no. Okay, so now the conscious mind can only think of doing that so fast. So I'm going to speed it up. I'm also going to change the pattern. So when he gives up, the client will sometimes laugh because they can't keep up. And they'll just let go, and then you can start to trust the fingers. But till then, it's, you know, a lot of conscious manipulation can go on. All right. Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 no, 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 yes, 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 no, 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 yes, 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 no, 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 yes, 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 yes. Yes. No, 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 yes, 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 no, 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 yes, 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 pretty good. That's good. Awesome. Now, so superconscious mind. First of all, Bill, usually with a client, if I'm going to work on an issue, I'll get them to create a safe place. So Bill, create your safe place. It can be somewhere you know, or somewhere you've been, or something you create. Just let me know with that yes finger when it's done. I'm going to ask your conscious mind to stay safe in that safe place and just park itself there. Is that all right with you? Good, perfect. Thank you. So now I'm going to ask the other part of your mind. There's a part of your mind that can go out into the field. And we're going to ask that part of the mind to go out and check out the levels. There's the Esdale level, physical healing levels, emotional healing levels, mental healing levels, spiritual healing levels, soul levels, and higher levels where guidance is present. So I'm just going to ask the mind to check out the morphic field of those things. And when it's checked it out, the yes finger can just respond and let us know. Good, thank you. Is it all right? Is it appropriate for Bill to go to the Esdale level at this time? Yes or no? Good. Please take him there now. When he's there, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Okay, superconscious mind, maybe you just weren't quite there yet because I thought your finger moved, but not yet. So just Very close now. You ready to go down on the rest of the way? Yes or no? Superconscious mind. Can you show me the yes, please? I did forget something. What did I forget? What did I forget? I forgot to keep that arm in somnambulism. Superconscious mind, can you bring this arm back up to somnambulism, please, and show me the yes when you get there? See, there's never a wrong thing.
I was going to ask you,
Yeah. Now, superconscious mind, you're very close. You're just on the edge of Esdale. Is that as deep as you want to go? Yes or no? No. Okay, I'll wait for you to go all the way, and then when you're at Esdale, please let the yes finger come up. Just let your mind do it for you. Conscious mind can just stay apart because the inner mind can do it much faster. Thank you. Now, the importance is, he's just going to drift a little deeper as I talk to you, but the importance is that I never put pressure on my clients. I ask them if they want to go there, and then if they're not quite there, I'll say, is this as deep as you want to go today? And they say yes, that's how deep we go. They'll be very close anyway. They're going to be really close to Esdale because they've deepened themselves enough. So even, I'm not doing amputations, you know. I'm not going to start neither. So I'll show you a little trick. Now, Jerry always says when you're doing, then never catch you clapping by the ears. And I don't clap by the ears. But instead of yelling at them and saying, open your eyes, I do this. And you see the jump? Now, what did I just do with claps? Do you understand what I just did? I just fractionated him down, didn't I? Because I knew he was sort of sitting up and elevating there. So it's tricky, it's testing it, and I don't usually test it till I've done that to see how close they are. And then from there, you're now going to be able to have it much better. Maybe. All right, now superconscious mind, sometimes it's tricky. No. Superconscious mind, have you gone by it now? Yes or no? No. You're just on the edge of it. True? That's okay. If that's about as deep as you want to go now, you'll do it next time. You'll go totally all the way. Is that all right? Perfect. So you've got it. It's so close. You never want to put the pressure on the client because the next time they'll achieve it. This is this first time of doing it, and he may be a little, he's trying harder, right? Next time it'll be fine. Now, superconscious mind, is it okay for him to go to a higher level with guidance, please? Yes or no? Okay. Go there now, please, and when you're there, let the yes finger come up. Just let your mind take you there now. Thank you. Is it all right to work on an issue? Yes or no? Okay. Thank you. Now, can you go, are you at the high level with the guidance that's appropriate to work on the issue you want to work on? Yes or no? Okay. Is the conscious mind aware of the guidance? Yes or no? Okay. Is it all right for the conscious mind to become aware of the guidance? Yes or no? Okay, let me know when the conscious mind is aware of the guidance with the yes finger coming up. Thank you. Is the conscious mind happy with that guidance? Yes or no? Thank you. All right. So I'm going to ask, is it all right to bring up the feeling of the guidance, of the issue? Sorry. Yes or no? All right. I'm going to ask the mind to bring up the I keep saying that, of the issue only as high as it needs to be. Whatever the height needs to be, can you now bring that up as high as it needs to be? When it's as high as it needs to be, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how high is that, Bill?
4.
Okay, superconscious mind, is that as high as you want it to go? Yes or no? Okay, perfect. I never second guess the mind, so where do you feel it in your body? Okay, and if you were to know how big it was, how big is it? What size does it have?
Grapefruit.
Okay, and if it were to have a color, what would it be?
Red.
Okay, superconscious mind, would it be all right to let this feeling recede and work on it in comfort? Yes or no? Okay, please do that. Take yes when he's comfortable, totally comfortable, let the yes finger come up and we can start working. Thank you. Now, superconscious mind, are there experiences that cause or affect this issue? Yes or no? All right. Are there any of these experiences you want his conscious mind to know about? Yes or no? Okay. Go to the first one you want him to know about, and when you're there, let the yes finger come up. Okay. Inside or outside?
Inside.
By yourself or with others? Okay. You know what's happening here? When I touch on the forehead, you know the age you are and the experience. Number comes.
8.
Okay. How's the 8-year-old boy feeling?
Hurt.
Okay. All I want you to do is I want you to wrap your arms around that little boy and tell him you love him and you're there to support him. You'll always be there for him. I'm going to ask your higher mind and guidance now to work on that with that little boy to bring him to the extreme positive opposite of that feeling. To the extreme positive opposite. When that little boy is feeling the extreme positive opposite, let the yes finger look. All you have to do is, with your conscious mind, is hold him. Good. How's the little 8-year-old boy feeling now?
Good.
Good? Not great yet?
The peace.
Okay, he's at peace. Okay. All right, put him in your heart, please. All right. Now, superconscious mind, what I'd like to do before we continue on any other experiences is I'd like to go back. The conscious mind can stay parked in this safe place. It doesn't need to go there. I'd like the mind to go back to when the spirit joins the embryo in his mother's womb. When you're there, superconscious mind, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Now, superconscious mind, I'd like to know how loved he feels when he comes into. I'd like to know how safe and secure he feels. I'd like to know how confident he feels. and how deserving and worthy he feels. I'm going to start with the love. Let the yes finger come up at the right number. Superconscious, and it would be beneficial if you would allow the finger just to move a little more than it is. It's hard for me to see sometimes. All right. So I'm going to count from 1 to 10. 1 is low and 10 is high. And then I want to know how much love he feels when he comes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay. How worthy and deserving. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. 9. Thank you. Now, I'd like to know how confident. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. I'd like to know how deserving, safe and secure he feels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you. Superconscious mind, higher mind, guidance, can you now build those up to all to 10, please? And when all of them are at 10, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Now, superconscious mind, pour those 10s through the little 8-year-old boy in his heart, please. And when they're totally accepted on all levels of mind, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Now, Bill, you said you'd be there for him all the time. He'll be there for you all the time, too. So I'm going to ask him to let that 10 flow to you right from that little spirit and the little 8-year-old boy all the way to you. When your conscious mind is aware of that feeling of all those 10s, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Now, I'm just going to talk to them for a minute, and you can just feel that, and it feels good. So, his fingers, his were relatively high, right? There was 7s, 8s, 9s. So, don't expect your clients, most clients, to have that. He's probably been doing lots of work on himself for a while. So some of them times it's 2s and 3s and 4s and whatever. So when you build them up to 10s and you put them there and then you get their conscious mind to feel it, some people will just break down and cry because they've never felt self-love before. And it's good, let them feel it. It's important that they feel it. That's why I ask, let me know when the conscious mind is aware of it. Right? That's it. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Now, superconscious mind, are there any more experiences you want Bill's conscious mind to know about? Yes or no? No. All right, so I'm going to ask the superconscious mind and the guidance to reassess and reevaluate all the other experiences that had effect on this issue. Shift, change, release, do whatever needs to be done to bring them all into that positive place and put the 10s in them and put them in the heart. When all of that's been accomplished, let the yes finger come up. I'm just going to hold your hand so I can feel the yes finger moving. Most people, they'll be, usually when you're doing the regression, it'll be average 3. Some people will do 18. Depends on the client, and it depends on the issue, and it depends on if they've ever worked before. It depends on lots of things. So you just do it according to what the fingers tell you. And then, thank you very much, and then you let the mind clean up the rest. Thank you. Superconscious mind, are there imprints, impressions, thoughts, or ideas that cause or affect this issue? Yes or no? Good. Can you reassess and reevaluate them, please? Shift, change, release, do whatever needs to be done to bring them to the optimum, most beneficial level for him. When that's all done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Are there fears that cause or affect this issue, yes or no? Are there beliefs that cause or affect this issue, yes or no? Okay, interesting. Was this issue created to harm Bill in any way, yes or no? Is this harm still needed, yes or no? Please release it then, since it's no longer needed, and when it's done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Was this issue created to punish Bill in any way, yes or no? Okay, was it created to punish anyone else, yes or no? Is this punishment still needed, yes or no? Since it's no longer needed, would you release it, please? And when it's done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Was this issue created to protect him in some way, yes or no? Is this protection still needed, yes or no? Since it's no longer needed, please release it also, and when that's done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Is Bill getting any benefit or secondary benefit from having this issue, yes or no? No. Are there conflicts in relationships that cause or affect this issue, yes or no? Is there any forgiveness of self or others to be done before this release can happen, yes or no? All right. Can we do this at the very deep soul level at this time, yes or no? And Bill already knows that forgiveness is not condoning and all that. With your client, you would probably repeat all that again, even though I've probably explained it to them before. So superconscious mind, please do that now at the deep soul level. And when all forgiveness is done that's needed to be done of self or others, let the yes finger come up. Thank you so much. Can we now release the conflicts in relationships that affect this issue, please? Yes or no? Please do it. When that's done, let the yes finger come up. And just relax for a moment while I talk to the class and go even deeper if you need. Now, you notice when I ask a question, I ask the question, I get an answer, and then I ask them to do it. Now, the subconscious is very literal, right? Unless you ask them to release it, shift it, change it, do whatever, it'll just say, yes, it can be done, but it won't do it. So it's important to ask and then direct it to do it. And it's important to be respectful. I always say thank you and everything. It keeps the rapport with me and the mind perfect, and the person's conscious mind also. The more respect you show, the better it'll be. Superconscious mind, thank you very much. Are there conflicts about sex that cause or affect this issue in any way? Yes or no? All right. Superconscious mind, can you now reassess and reevaluate all emotions that cause or affect this issue? Be they rage, they could be rage, depression, sadness, etc. Every emotion that causes or affects this issue. Please reassess, reevaluate, shift, change, and release, doing whatever is the most beneficial way for him, for his highest good. And when that's done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. And I'm just going to talk to them for a minute, and you can hear this too, and you'll remember it. With a client, the first time I do it, I'll do what's in the book. I'll go anger, rage, blah, blah, blah. I'll do all the ones. Because the first time, it's important that their conscious mind gets a concept of what's going on. The conscious mind needs to have some awareness, or it won't have enough belief to allow it to happen. I found that out. Yeah, I found it out. Because I know I found it out. I'll tell you the story later. So superconscious mind. Thank you very much. Are there any other reasons that cause or affect this issue that we haven't addressed as yet? Yes or no? No. Superconscious mind, is there anything that needs to be done in the brain concerning frequencies or hormones and anything else I wouldn't know to ask about to allow this to be a non-issue? Yes or no? All right. Anything in the heart or other organs to be done to allow it to be a non-issue? Yes or no? Okay. Anything to be done in the 7 systems of the body? Yes or no? No. Okay. Anything to be done in the levels of the body or levels of aura to allow this to be a non-issue? Yes or no? Okay. Anything to be done in the meridians or chakra systems? Yes or no, to allow this to be a non-issue? Yes or no? Okay, please do what needs to be done there, and when it's done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Are there any experiences in other times, other places, past, present, future, that cause or affect this issue in any way? Yes or no? No. Anything that needs to be done in the bardo to allow this to be a non-issue? Yes or no? Okay. Can that be done with the guidance at this time? Everything that needs to be done there? Yes or no? Good. Please do it, and when that's done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Is there anything to be done with the council around concerning this issue? Yes or no? All right. Anything karmic to be addressed? Yes or no? Okay, good. Thank you. Superconscious mind, is there anything to either be released or done in either the cultural, the ancestral, or the genetic memories? Yes or no? No. Anything to be done in the tissues or the glands of the body? Yes or no? No. Is there any mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual scar tissue that needs to be addressed and softened up? Yes or no? Please do that. When that's done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Is there anything to be done at the DNA level? Yes or no? Okay. Is there anything else the guidance wishes to do that I don't know to ask about? Yes or no? Okay. Have we done everything we needed to do to allow this to be a non-issue? Yes or no? Okay. Is there any physical healing to be addressed concerning this issue? Yes or no? Okay. And since I'd like to give him the trigger for this, can we go there anyway? Yes or no? Please take him to the physical healing level. When he's there, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Is there anything, even if it isn't connected to this issue, that could use some healing in this body? Yes or no? Can you start that healing and confirm it and validate it for his conscious mind, please? Yes or no? Okay, please do that. And when the conscious mind is aware of the healing, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Can you now please program in that continued healing in the appropriate way and the appropriate time for him in the most beneficial way? And when that's accepted on all levels of mind, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Is there any emotional healing that needs to be addressed? Yes or no? Please go to the emotional healing level. When you're there, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Please again start the healing, confirm it for the conscious mind, and program it in the appropriate way for him, and let the yes finger come up when that's done. Thank you. Is there any mental healing to be addressed? Yes or no? Okay, can we go there anyway? Yes or no? Please go to the mental healing level. When you're there, let the yes finger come up. Can you validate for his conscious mind that you're there in some way? Please show him what it would feel like if the healing was done. Can you do that? Yes or no? Please do it, and when that's understood, let the yes finger come up. Okay. Is there any spiritual healing to be done at the spiritual healing level? Yes or no? Please go there. When you're there, let the yes finger come up. Okay, please again start the healing, confirm it for the conscious mind. When that's validated, program in the continued healing in the appropriate way for him, and when that's all done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Is there anything to be done at the soul level? Yes or no? Please go there now. When you're there, let the yes finger come up. Is there any soul retrieval to be done here? Yes or no? No. Is there any, do the parts all need to get on one page? Do they all need to be, come together? Are all parts of Bill moving forward on the same page to achieve the resolution of this issue? Yes or no? Okay. Can the higher mind and guidance do whatever needs to be done there then, please? Thank you. Please do it. When that's done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Have we done everything we needed to do at those levels at this time? Yes or no? Good. Can you go back to high, please? When you're there, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Now, superconscious mind, I'm going to count to 5. And on the count of 5, I want you to promise me that if there's anything left of that issue, the feeling will come up. And if it's not there, it won't on the count of 5. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you're ready, Bill, give me with your voice, give me a report.
Clear.
Okay, is it positive or just neutral?
Neutral.
Okay, superconscious mind, can you now build this total to the total optimum level of positivity? And when that's done, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Now, superconscious mind, can we program in his words to get him to those levels all by himself now, please? Yes or no? Okay, so to go to somnambulism, the first level where the numbness comes into the hand, the word for that is peace. And superconscious mind, is it okay if I use the same words as I do for everyone else so that it would be easy for me if I work with Bill again? Would that be all right? Thank you. So that first level will be peace. And the slight numbness will come in and the yes finger will come up, even for Bill when he's doing it, so that it confirms for his conscious mind that he's there. Is that all right with you? Thank you. Please program that in, and when it's totally accepted on all levels of mind and compounded to the point where it's always available for him for the rest of his life, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Okay, the word for the Asdale level, or that place where he was, will be deep. But every time he does it, he'll go a little deeper, so when he gets to that Asdale level, it'll still be deep, but every time he does it, he'll just go a little deeper than the time before. Superconscious mind, you okay with that? Thank you. So please program that in when it's totally accepted on all levels of mind and compounded to the point where it's always usable for him. Let the yes finger come up. Thank you. All right, well, next ones we'll do high with guidance. Please, that word for that is high. And the mind will always take him to the appropriate level with the appropriate guidance. Is that understood? Yes or no? Thank you. Please program that in also when it's accepted on all levels of mind, and totally will be there for the rest of his life. Let the yes finger come up. All right, so now we're going to program in for the physical healing level. The word for that is heal. The emotional healing level is emotion. The spiritual healing level is spirit. The mental healing level is mental. The soul level is soul. When all those are programmed in, compounded to the point where they'll always be available for him, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Now, superconscious mind. There's one more thing I need to program in. I'd like you to program in that he always comes back to the peace level before he comes out. And at that time, you integrate body, mind, and spirit and ground him for whatever he needs to do afterwards. Here he's going to be learning. If he was driving, it would be for that. If it was sleeping, it would be for that. Superconscious mind, you understand? Thank you. Please do that. And when that's all done and accepted on all levels of mind, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. All right. So if I was working with a client, we'd probably go on to more. He picked a smaller level emotion. Well, the mind picked it. I don't know what he's doing, so that's okay. Superconscious mind, is it all right to come out now? Yes or no? All right. So coming back to the peace level, and that slight numbness will come back into the hand. And when you're there, let the yes finger come up. Now, Bill, you know about being a hypnotist. You already know about hangovers if you go too deep. So let your mind bring you out at the right pace. And when your mind, you'll open your eyes when your mind says it's time. Now, if your client supersedes that and comes out too fast for some reason, then you just ask them to go back to peace and bring them out again. A little bit pink eye there, buddy.
I get dry eyes.
No, it's just, everybody gets it, so it's, yeah. All right, so how you feeling?
It was interesting.
Yeah, you get flashes of information sometimes, right? Some people,
Yeah.
it's all different for everybody. Depends if they're visual, depends everything. They'll get information, sometimes epiphanies, I don't know, all things, kind of weird things happen. You want to go back in for a minute? We're just going to confirm you do it? Okay, so just close your eyes. I'll take you through the first time, and then after that you can do it all by yourself. So you're going to peace. When you're there, let the yes finger come up. All right, and your mind's going to take you to deep now. When you're there, let the yes finger come up. Okay, superconscious mind. Take him to high now, please. When you're there, let the yes finger come up. Thank you. Did I just go to heal? I'm losing it. Go to heal, please. When you're there, let the yes finger come up. You know what? You don't have to be afraid to do anything with your client. You're just having a conversation with them. If you did something wrong, just say, oh, I'm going to rephrase that. Or, oh, I forgot to do that one. I'll go back. Whatever. Did I do that already? And it says no. And then I'm just having a conversation with the client. I've done this so many times that sometimes I'll zone out and I'll forget if I've already done it because it comes, right? So I have to sometimes check on myself. Are you at heal now? Yes or no? Okay, go to emotion, please. When you're there, let me know with the yes finger. Go to spirit. Good. Go to mental. Go to soul. Good. Come back to the peace level and emerge at the mind's pace. So now I'll get in a minute. Now I want to make sure he's out of hypnosis. How long is it going to, I got to keep him talking for about 90 seconds, right? So you'll just blither with your client, talk to them about what they felt, and if they had any, he said he had some neat things happen. If he wants to share, you can share. If you don't, that's okay too. There's nothing to do, but your client will either share or not. But you'll just talk to them till you know that they're officially out of hypnosis, because now I want to make sure that they can do it right from the first time I did it right away. That built confidence for the client, right? So you notice that I didn't test him for Esdale because he still wasn't quite there. I could tell because there was still some movement in the eye, and that doesn't matter because he was still achieving all the stuff, so it doesn't really matter. And he'll go deeper every time he does it. He can probably do it on his own by him.
I do, actually.
Yeah, I know. It's
But I
just,
don't call it that.
what do you call it?
Well, I call it my higher self, but
Oh, no, that when you go to high or
Oh,
when
yeah.
Esdale is,
Oh, I
no,
don't
it
go
doesn't
to
matter.
Esdale.
Oh, so he sort of didn't bother because he knows he can go up there anyway. So people have their own agendas. You're not going to change their agenda, right? So that's why I didn't bother testing him. I would normally test the client again to confirm for their conscious mind that they had achieved it. Does that make sense? Okay, so have you been out long enough yet? Yeah.
Thank you.
No, you're not done yet. Now you're going to take yourself in. Okay, you always have to go to peace and deep and then go wherever. You can go to high. You don't all have to go to all of them. They're all there for wherever you want to achieve them.
so let me ask you a question then, because in my personal practice, I go to something like deep, and then I go right to high.
That's what we
So-
just did too, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing,
Okay.
same thing. It's just every time you do it, those other ones are, you can ask somebody to go anywhere you want them to go. Right?
Well, and that's where their personal beliefs come into also,
Their
right?
personal beliefs will come in, but if you've done the pre-talk and everything, I've had clients, I think my last client before I came she said, well, I don't know if I'm going to do it as fast as the guy in the video. And I said, it's as fast or as slow, it doesn't matter. You do whatever you're going to do. And she did it just as fast, if not faster. So it's once they've visually seen it, once they've believed it, all that stuff, right? Yeah. So,
Okay.
all right, so you just do your thing and then come out when you're ready. So, any questions? Yeah, back there first.